Great morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. I just wanted to talk to you about some things that I'm thinking about. And the one thing I realized is that in life, that the one thing that has kept me from going to have what I want in life has been fear. Fear has been the one thing that has kept me from doing most things. And I think everybody in life has a fear of the unknown, which keeps them from going after what they want. I do know that I have learned that people have things that they want. Everybody in life wants to be happier and healthier and wealthier. I know that. Everybody's after the as we call it. Everybody wants to be happier. Everybody wants to be healthier, and everybody wants to be wealthier. And they have fear that keeps them from going after it. So one thing I know is that everybody is going after a specific area depending on where they are in life. So the one area that I needed to improve the most for quite some time was my mental health, because we work on our physical health, we work on our mental health, and we work on our financial health. Every single day, all of us are after the same things. I believe that's true. I think it's inherent. But one thing that you realize is that depending on where you are in life decides what it is that's getting the most focus. So everybody that knows me knows that I went through a divorce 2.5 years ago. And the one area that I needed to work on the most was my mental health. So when I tell you, I came out of a relationship not knowing exactly who I was, where I was, and I spent the last 2 years, think about it, investing in my mental health. I needed to get myself back into a better place, in a better way of thinking, trying to adjust to where I am. So I had to do a bunch of work in that area. So that was my focus for 2 years, was my mental health. How did I do that? Well, I was self-taught because there was nobody really helping me. My friends hadn't been in the situation that I had been in. They hadn't lived through what I had lived through. I was doing something on my own. I had to face my fear. So I listened to podcasts, I talked to people, I joined divorce groups, and I learned from other people. So I did that because you have to heal from those kinds of things. And I wanted to make sure that my physical or my mental health wasn't affecting my children. It wasn't affecting my mother. It wasn't affecting my friendships. I knew I was in a very bad place. I knew I was in a dark place. And I knew I needed to fix that. So that's where my work went into for those 2 years. In addition to that, I discovered that my physical health was causing some of that. So what did I do? I found a program. I got onto a program that helped with my physical health, and I got healthier because I knew that was something that I needed to do to feel better mentally. I do journal about this. So whatever you're looking for, you have to realize that no matter what it is that you're going after, you have to understand that fear is part of it. When you discover that fear is part of the recipe of going after what you want most, then you know that you're going to be okay. Because anytime you're going after an unknown, just like if you were walking down an alley and it was pitch dark and you're going around the corner, you know fear is there. So fear is an essential part of this recipe. So if we're trying to get physically or mentally or financially healthy, we're going to be confronted with those fears. And then your job is to start recognizing that the first thing you need to do is say, well, is it worth it to keep going? You're going to have self-doubt. You're going to be questioning, well, am I the right person for this job? Will I fail? Will I feel overwhelmed? All of that fear is going to come because you don't know exactly where you are. So of course it's going to be there because you're going into a place of the unknown. You're going to a place where you have never been. And guess what? That fear is okay because it's part of the unknown, the part that we don't know about. So here I am today looking at the things that I've accomplished in my life as a teacher, as a mom, everything that I've accomplished that's really good in my life, as a health coach. Was it easy? Absolutely not. Am I enjoying this life now? Absolutely. Because when I start thinking about it and I had to go through all of these changes, I was in a relationship that wasn't good. But it was my known, so it was comfortable. I knew where I was living. I knew what to expect every single day. But was it good? The answer is no. What kept me there? The fear of the unknown, not knowing Hey, where do I live after I get divorced? What do I do with my children? How do I go about being a mom and a single mom? How do I support myself financially? So all of those things were things that I had to take into consideration, and they actually kept me in a place where I was unhappy for so long. But then I did have a little talk with God, and I realized that if God was looking at me and I was having a conversation, would God want me to be unhappy? And the answer is no. I'm not supposed to be living a life where I'm unhappy. So I had to face that fear. And it took me from a terrifying place of not knowing what life was like as a single woman at my age. That was scary. It was terrifying. Then I had to go and face my fear about my health. My health wasn't going in the right direction. I had back issues. Now, having to lose that weight, that was terrifying. All I knew was to eat this and this and this and carbs and junk and crap. That's all I knew, because that soothed me. That satisfied me. That made me feel in control of something. So I had to give up that thought as well. Was it scary? Absolutely. But it took me from a size 12 to a size 4. If I hadn't faced that fear, I would still be pushing from a size 12 to a size 14. I didn't do it on my own. I didn't. I used the help of others, people that have been through the same thing as me. I listened to podcasts. I listened to people that had been through a divorce. I had listened to people that had gotten healthy. I leaned on my health coach. I leaned on the community for the times when I wasn't so sure about it. And that's why I decided to become a coach, to help other people to get to their place, whether it's physically, whether it's mentally, whether it's financially. That's what my hope is. So I hope this message falls on the ears of somebody who has a window of opportunity that's open right now. Because for a lot of years, my window of opportunity was closed. I was not open to change because I was stuck in this feeling of fear, of knowing that this is all I know and this is where I'm most comfortable. So is your window of opportunity right now? Is today your day? I happen to have my day last April. So a year and a half now. And my window opened when I discovered that I didn't like where I was. I wasn't happy with where I was. I wasn't okay with just being, life is okay. It's all right. It's not exactly where I want it to be. But then you realize that we don't know just how much time we have. I'm seeing so much sadness around me. We don't know how much time we have. So we want to live a legacy. We want to leave something behind. We want to help people. I'm telling you that you can redirect your life. You can. You can go after what you want physically, if you want to get healthier, mentally, if you want to get stronger, financially, if you want to live life, which is what I'm going after right now. Mentally, I am in the best place of my life. Ask anybody that sees me on a daily basis. I'm no longer that victim feeling like life is happening to me. I am in control. Every single day I wake up, I am grateful for what I have. I am thankful for what I have. It's not easy. It's not easy living the life I do, but it's beautiful because I am making the most of it. I am choosing to make the most of it. So if you're in a position where you are afraid, I want you to know that's okay. That is what you're supposed to be. Fear is in the way of where you're heading. It actually tells you that it's part of your calling. It's in your journey. You're supposed to be fearful. That is a part of it. We get so afraid that we stop in our tracks and we back up and we're like, oh, we can't do this because we are so fearful. When you get to a point in your life when you're like, you know what? Adequate is not enough. Good enough is not enough. I know it's comfortable, but I'm ready to get uncomfortable. I want you to reach out so you're not doing it alone. So you know that it's okay and you can keep going. Step out of your comfort zone. Stop thinking, I can't do this. It's too hard. It's too much money. What if I fail? So what? That's a part of it. So I'm here to tell you, if you're ready to do it and your window of opportunity is open, and I know you're looking at me like I'm crazy right now, because 98% of the people in the world stay in a place where they are just comfortable, or they are just okay, or just all right. I know I left the herd. That herd mentality of you just are stuck where you are. I know I am in the 2% that went after it. I know I am. And it's pretty darn dynamic. So if you want to be in that place where you get stronger, and that small group of people that are getting it together physically and mentally and financially, then know that you don't have to do it alone. Sure, you're going to feel a push, and sure, you're going to feel that fear, but you can pivot. And I'm here to help you. That's what I do now. And it's really cool, because I've always helped my students in school. I've always helped my own children and my mom. I've always helped the homeless people. But now I'm helping clients change their lives. I'm helping them face their fears and understand that, guess what? That is the number one ingredient to becoming successful. Get excited about that fear. Realize it's part of it. It comes to you, and all you have to do to get past it is know that all you need to conquer that fear is a structure. I have a structure. I know I'm eating 6 times a day. I know I'm drinking 64 ounces of water. I know I have strategies that help me live above the line. And the other things you need are support. Support from somebody who's done it already, like me, or somebody that you just know has been through something that you've been through or you're going through in life, and start moving toward it. We always say the juice is worth the squeeze. It's going to be hard, and you're going to be faced with that self-doubt. We call it the little liar that's always on your shoulder. You won't make it. You can't do it. You're always going to be faced with that. But we understand that's part of it. And what we do is we prepare ourselves with a structure, with a support system, and then we embrace it, and we embrace this day. So I want you to really think about embracing this day and going after your dreams. If this spoke to you and you want to run with me and you don't want to do it alone, hit me up or partner with somebody else that has been through what you're going through or has what you want. But don't waste another second just living in a life that's okay or it's good enough. You're not meant to live that kind of life. I'm here to tell you, it can be so much better. I didn't know. I was afraid. I pushed past it. I went to the unknown. And guess what? It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. It's worth pushing past that fear. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for supporting me on my journey and getting me to this place of happiness. You help me stay accountable. Have a fantastic Saturday and enjoy the rest of the weekend. Go after the unknown. Bye.